Welcome, Andrew. Welcome, John. As you know, we just came out with a white paper specifically talking to higher availability in the cloud, reducing the OpEx cost. We know today that the market is having difficulties with digital transformation efforts. The IDC basically says we spend 1.5 trillion, 900 billion of that fails or stalls. We tried to solve that, right? We worked with Virtana. We are trying to approach this with a data analysis approach. Virtana said we can solve some of the issues with regards to where and how do we place our services in the cloud for the best outcome possible. I wanted to get your take on it. Thanks for joining. Tell us what you came up with, why the approach, how does it help the global market?
Well, I'm going to assume that one's for me, Shlomo, and it's been a pleasure to work with Benchmark. I think, it's certainly a challenge. The whole site reliability engineering is sort of a new construct with, having multiple availability zones and figuring out how to leverage the public cloud in combination with, private or really what has become a hybrid world. In some ways, I think the philosophies that we put forth in the white paper were very much aspirational. To your point, over half the spend on this is somewhat, well, let's say it's just less than optimal outcomes as a result. So, to me, it's leveraging our experience in driving high availability on-prem and how to design both infrastructure and the applications that rely on them to be able to take advantage of some of the resiliency that's native to a multi-cloud or hybrid cloud implementation. But I think we still have a ways to go, right? I think the principles laid out in the white paper are very poignant. I'm looking forward to really working with Benchmark and HashiCorp and the others to make it a reality for some of our customers. I can tell the audience at large, less than 10% of our customers have actually achieved that level of reliability. I mean, they're going for it. The principles are there, but now it comes to execution. I think you'd agree, Shlomo.
True, yeah. We see immaturity in the space, not because they want to be. It's just you need someone and partners to work with you to achieve the goal because it's a really difficult task for enterprises. Andrew, what do you see from the customers you interact with, where they're going and why we need to have them pivot right now?
Yeah, what I'm seeing mostly with customers is there's been some exposure to the cloud. They want to move more, and they want to put themselves in a position where they can optimize themselves across a hybrid. The benefit that we have is we can help no matter what stage of the cloud journey that customer's on, whether they're looking at cloud and they're trying to get to cloud for the first time right now, or if they have already deployed and they want to maximize and optimize what they're doing, or if they've gotten to that stage in their journey where they say, okay, we're in the cloud, but now we've got to decide where our next phase is, because they know that cloud isn't and shouldn't be considered an end state in one OEM or one type of cloud vendor.
Thanks. The way we've approached is to say, instead of researching where you need to put things, what decisions you should make, you would leverage the architecture, the capabilities within the white paper, as well as Virtana's platform to say, this is a good choice. This is going to save you. This is going to increase your availability. This is going to impact your customer experience. And that's what everybody's trying to do. That's our target as well. Improve that customer experience.
I think where Benchmark sets itself apart and, I guess flatterly gets you everywhere, but is how you're bringing together the ecosystem and partners. I had looked at HashiCorp. I hadn't really thought deeply about how a partnership with them would benefit our customers. You saw that vision of both the ability to sort of orchestrate and also instrument and really bring data together with action. So to me, it's how you bring an ecosystem to bear for the clients. That's really the differentiator here. I don't know many clients that can do this on their own. So leveraging best practices and partners like yourself, in addition to best of breed customers, or best of breed vendors, that's really where we're going to reach the end game.
I think the platforms that we're putting together and the approach is so that they can handle a wide technology sprawl. Otherwise, it was difficult enough in their own data centers. Now you're talking about, let's make 3 of them so I can save money. You need to do it with a really good operating model. You need to do it with really good multi-cloud vendors that understand the benefits of doing it in that fashion, while at the same time simplifying your outcomes.
Yeah, and it is just someone else's data center at the end of the day, right? So understanding what is best for geolocality, elasticity, whether it's a cost savings paradigm or it's taking advantage of elastic compute. Some of really, long term on our roadmap, we have this idea of very rich cloud brokerage. That's very much aspirational in terms of being able to move from cloud to cloud based on cost, performance, locality. This is what I think is the beginning of enabling that, a foundation that is rich in capability, but simple in implementation, to your point.
Yeah, it's the process and model that you need, not taking the process and model you had before and using someone else's cloud that's going to make it work. So we're trying to correct that behavior. Greenfield isn't always better. You got to figure out how it's going to operate, how you're going to function, who can help you do it. And I think we've come to market with a really good approach together.
I would agree. I use the analogy that if your furniture is ugly in your own house, moving it to someone else's house doesn't make it better looking furniture, right? So, so use HashiCorp to reupholster it, right? We'll actually put it in the right room and make sure that it's serving its purpose appropriately. But I like what you said there. You can't just take what you've got and move it out of your data center somewhere else. It really is a process of.
Then we'll show you how to put people in each of those seats on the benchmark side.
There you go.
Which would be your applications.
Your actual application, yes.
Agreed. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the partnership and look forward to continuing to advance the ball and advance the industry.
Cheers.
Always a pleasure, Shlomo.
Thanks, Shlomo.
Take care.